Previously on X-Men.
If I went to a restaurant and I ordered a hamburger in the restaurant and they brought me out a McDonald's hamburger and charged me 40 quid for it, I'd be like, no, that's not going to happen. So, you know, there's different levels of quality. Everything's fine by itself, but like, if you're going to charge me big money, put the big stuff into it.
Good points, well made by that man. And who doesn't love a hamburger analogy? I know I do. Anyway, hello to you. That there that you just seen there was the wee end snippet from part 1 of a chat that I had earlier this week with the main man himself, Three Chord Dave. And I know what you're thinking, it's a weird accent. I think he's maybe like Venezuelan or something. Just before we get into part 2, if you have not yet seen part 1, it might make more sense if you watch part 1 first. I mean, you wouldn't watch The Matrix 2 before watching the first one, would you? Would you? No. Anyway, you can check out part 1 on Three Chord Dave's channel, which is right there. Right, so let's get on with part 2. We're going to talk about guitar stuff. Use the chapters if you like. Right, over to the two baldy, beardy, specky guitar geeks.
But getting back to guitar prices as well, last year, just as an experiment, I went out and bought, I say as an experiment, I intended to build a guitar from scratch. So I went out and bought body blanks for mahogany. I bought a mahogany body blank, maple top. I bought ebony fretboard and a mahogany neck, a blank as well. And I'm looking over here. It's all still in a airtight box I put them in, because I haven't gotten time to do anything with them. But it cost me about $450 for everything, right? And it's good mahogany, it's good maple, it's a very flamey maple top. It's an ebony fretboard to put on it, and it's a mahogany neck. It's $350. Now, if I'm paying that as an individual for one of each of these things altogether, you got to imagine Gibson, Fender, PRS, they're paying like 90 quid for the whole thing. Yeah. Like, so I'm not buying that their wood prices are the reason why a guitar costs $1,700. So, but again, Cesar, come on the show.
Open invitation.
I'm going to ask him. The invitation's like, it's an open invitation out there, but I'm going to try and reach out to him and see, will he come on and talk to us? And just talk about what it's like being the president of Gibson and all that sort of fun stuff. Because at his heart, he's a guitar player who loves guitars. He's like us, except he's got this cool gig. And I mean, we might have cool gigs, I don't know, but he's top man in like Gibson guitars, which I find incredibly cool. So yeah, absolutely, it's there for him. I've reached out a couple of times, like on Instagram and stuff, where because of the time he said, because when the Adam Jones Epiphone signature first was rumored, I got all the information, I made a video about it, I put it out, and it didn't get as many views as I thought it would. So I went on Cesar's Instagram and he had a post playing the guitar, and people were asking, when is this out? So I started telling them, and then I linked my video, and then he watched my video clearly and he was like, all of your information is wrong. And I was like, all right, well, tell me, what is the correct information? And he was, all your information is wrong. So what had happened was, I said, for argument's sake, I said the release date is next Tuesday, but it was the following Tuesday that they came out, the one after the one I said. And he was, and that's the only thing I got wrong. Got all the specs, all the different pieces. I had pictures and everything, so pretty clear. So he's like, check your sources. And ever since then, I felt like every time I put out a video, Cesar's watching, and he's like, where's this guy getting the information from? So, but honestly, to be honest with you, I have people who send me stuff, and there's some people I trust and some people I don't. And occasionally one of the non-trustworthy people will send me something and I'll be like, this is Cesar. I just 9 times out of 10, that's where it comes from. Just have connection to people, and then these other people pop up. It's like, I got something for you. I love your channel. I got something for you. Here's some news. So that's where I think Cesar's
moles and rats everywhere. Eh? It's like a guitar adaptation of Donnie Brasco or something.
It's exactly what it is. I love it. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, best of luck getting him on the show. I hope he accepts your invitation.
It's one of my big dreams on the channel, and like I've done a lot of the stuff on the channel that I wanted to do. But here's what I wanted to ask you, Steve. So your YouTube is going pretty well. I really like what you're doing with it. But do you have any goals with your YouTube? What are your kind of expectations for it? And that's the question, really.
Yeah. Nothing specific. I'm not like aiming to hit a certain number, or like, because it is a numbers game, isn't it? When you start getting into it and watching all your analytics and things like that, like you want this many subs or anything like that. But I genuinely just want to get, like I was saying to you before we started recording, I started the channel with an interest in doing the video editing. So I really just want to improve the videos, like make better videos all the time.
Yeah.
And if they get seen, that's even better. That's a bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to grow the channel too, because, well, say there's no goals, there is a goal. I started off initially just wanting to share all the stuff that I wanted to know. So like I came across these Jet and Fazley budget guitars that looked identical to me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I reached out to the companies and I looked on YouTube for videos to see if anybody'd figured out what was going on, why they were so similar. So I ended up just buying the two of them and got in touch with the companies, like I said. And I found out and I thought, right, okay, so now I know what the deal is. They're the same. So I thought I'm going to make a video about that. And it was about the same time as I wanted to get better at editing. So yeah, initially that was the thing, quite innocent, sharing the stuff. But then when you see the traction of the channel and it starts to grow a little bit, I'm enjoying it, and I really enjoy the community. Like I say, I still try to respond to every single comment. So I enjoy the community around the whole thing. People just interested in talking about guitars and stuff. How can you not love that? So yeah, one day it would be great if I could make a few. I mean, I monetized just at the end of last year, so we're making a few quid now. I mean, it's nothing major, but
yeah,
at the moment I'm teaching guitar in school. I'm doing gigs and I'm teaching from home part-time as well. So it'd be great if one of those things could go and the YouTube sort of could replace that. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have to be massive for that. But there you go. Yeah, some sort of financial sustainability out of it would be cool.
Yeah, I think that's the goal for a lot of us, I think, and it's achievable, but the guitar space isn't the most profitable for YouTube, so they pay us very little, but they do their best to keep us on the low minimum wage, I think is what it is. But yeah, no, it's good, man. I mean, you mentioned like the reason starting the channel. Like for me, I was watching so much guitar content, and I was like, everybody is an amazing guitar player, but that's not the truth. I'm like, somebody needs to be a shit guitar player on YouTube, and I'll stand up and do that. I don't care. So that was initially, I was like, I always wanted to do YouTube. It's like, I need to find my niche. I need to find what am I going to do. And it was either this or ASMR. So I went to a guitars and I can't say I haven't looked back, but there you go. I have at times been like, oh man, my ASMR channel would have blown up. But no, in all seriousness, that was my thought. Like a more average guitarist than like Danish Pete and Rob Chapman and all the guys who like, what's the guy on Norm's Rare Guitars? Michael, the guy who does guitar today now? He's a phenomenal guitar player. And I was watching all these guys going, these are amazing, but YouTube needs more mediocrity to it. So I brought it. I brought the mediocrity.
Good on you, mate. Good on you. Well, yeah, that's the best thing about YouTube, isn't it? Everybody's got to be represented.
Yeah.
It's almost like politics, but we're not going there. But yeah, no. I would agree with that. And I think that you don't have to be, no one has to be great. I don't consider myself a good guitarist either. I don't think anybody does. Well, it doesn't matter what level you're at. Even at the highest level, people just, they still will claim to be always learning, or yeah, I think that's where it's at. But a lot of the guitar YouTube channels that are massively successful, some that are like over 100, even over 200k subs, some of them aren't amazing guitar players, but they've got great personalities, got great opinions. So I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but Phil McKnight is he's in my top 3 sort of guitar channels that I love, right? Because his knowledge and expertise in all things guitar is just like
top notch. Yeah,
he's the boy. He's the boy. I just absolutely love his channel.
100%.
But I don't think he claims to be the best guitarist in the world ever, you know. So it's just everybody's got their own unique sort of skill set that they can bring, and it's about the whole package rather than just the guitar playing. And I myself on my channel, I try and shy away from the guitar playing as well because I'm just too self-conscious about it. And I definitely suffer from the red light fever. Like as soon as the records goes on, it's,
nothing works. Yeah,
do anything. Yeah, I know what I want to play. I just played it perfectly a second ago before I hit record. Now we're on take 30, and it's still still not happening. You know.
Yeah, right.
So I try and keep the playing to a minimum, and it seems to be getting less and less as the channel goes on, and I'm kind of leaning more in towards the banter, which is I'm enjoying that a bit more. So yeah.
Which is good. I mean, we've got some strong personalities in the communities that we share. So yeah, there's some good folks out there, and it's always a good time. So I agree with you. Like as soon as that red light's on, it's like, damn, I've rehearsed it 30 times, and I'm gonna have to play it another 30 times before I get anything that's usable. And usually, I just give up and be like, that'll do.
That's it. See, I've had the same thing as well with the red light fever, and if you've ever booked studio time to like be recording, get that as well, but not so bad. You can maybe do it something in like, I don't know, up to maybe 4 takes or something like that. Or when I was recording sort of music for myself at home using my software and that, way less pressure. So you can kind of do as many takes as you want, and that's all good. But there's something about the video aspect of it. When it's video and audio, it just like elevates the pressure for me so much. I don't know why, but yeah, things just don't work. But I'm hoping the more I do it, the better I get. But
yeah, it's true. Like I mentioned earlier, we made movies back in the day, and we used to always we'd set everything up and we'd get everyone to say, right, we're just going to do a practice. We're not recording. And 9 times out of 10, that's the one we would go with because everyone was more relaxed. And fine. As soon as you'd hit the record button on the next take, someone would fluff their lines, and it'd be like take everyone a second to reset and all that. So it takes forever to get through. So yeah, there's definitely something to it. I don't know. Maybe we're all just too self-conscious these days.
That's 100% what it is, yeah. And like you say, if you're in a band and there's 3, 4, 5 of you, everyone or someone feeling self-conscious, and these energies feed each other, you know, it's just I hear you. There you go. Red light fever.
That's it. I got one more question for you, Steve, and I know my answer to this already, so we'll come back to that in a second, and we'll wrap up for this session. But if money was no object, and you could buy any guitar gear that you coveted, what guitar would you buy?
Well, this is similar to the parts caster thing. I don't think I would buy anything off the shelf. There isn't a production model guitar that I really want, so I would just spec something out. I'd love to say Fender mod shop, custom shop, but I've kind of fell out of love with Fender these days. Even though I've been a Fender guy for like decades, I'm just kind of done with them. There you go.
Oh, we got to talk about that some other day.
There you go. Yeah, but yeah, there you go. So I like my Jet guitars, but again, they're not my favorite company in the world either. I mean, it'd be great if we can find a good company to work with and spec something out. And I'd probably prefer something the budget friendly as well, because this is a good thing I've learned through my journey on the channel of trying out these budget guitars and then comparing them to like, okay, here's this 200 quid guitar, here's this 800 quid guitar. There's not much in it. What's going on here? So yeah, it's true. They're getting closer and closer, those price ranges. Like for me, I actually think this is a boring answer, but my honest answer, if you gave me all the money in the world, said go buy a guitar, I'd buy a Gibson SG Special, which is like the cheapest Gibson SG that you can buy. It's like 1,500 quid. You can have everything else. I don't need anything else. That's my favorite guitar. And yeah, I'd miss all the Flying V's and the 335s or 345s because of Back to the Future. It's which was a big influence on me. But that's what I'd do, man, because I honestly think it's the best guitar that you can buy off the shelf. So people will disagree with that big time, but there you go. But what colour would it be, Dave? Because you like your bright colours.
I'd be standing there just trying to figure that out. But if I could get one in Pelham Blue, that'd be my ideal, to be honest. It's my favorite color, guitar wise, if I'm going with one single solid color. But
Nice.
I don't know.
Always me the SG and Pelham Blue with a vibrola. Don't know how functional it is or that, but just it's a classy looking guitar, man. I would love one of them.
So pretty. Like, it's, you just can't not look at that guitar. It's so great. But yeah, that would be it. Like, I don't need anything else. That's it. Just give me my SG special and let me just work away by myself. I'm happy.
or how about that one you were looking at the Gibson mod shop? It was the Les Paul. What was it? Blueberry burst or something? No, blueberry burst.
Blue something burst. Yeah.
Blueberry blush, something like that.
That's right. Yeah, blueberry blush. That's right. Yeah.
Blueberry blush.
Yeah.
That and SG.
That and an SG. I don't know if it'd hold the same appeal for me. Maybe I think it just works on the Les Paul. I don't like bursts on SGs. I'm very strongly against them. I campaign against them. That's how much I hate them. Starting to protest. Yeah, but no, it's like for me an SG has to have a solid color, or like obviously the cherry, the heritage cherry, like translucent cherry type of thing. Maybe even a natural finish, but if you're like you said, that SG you mentioned, like with the vibrola and the Pelham Blue, it's just it doesn't get better. So that's what I'm on. I mean, I could talk all day about which SGs are the best and best looking and all that stuff, but for me it comes back to the special. So I just think it's great.
Excellent choice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, listen, it's been cool chatting to you. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time, and make sure everybody out there that you subscribe to Steve's channel. Links will be in the description below and stuff like that.
Well, that was great fun. Well, at least it was for me anyway. What a bra laddie is our Dave. Huge thanks to Dave for being so generous with his time and for having this wee collab with me. Hopefully we could do something a bit like this again in the future. And if you'd like to see stuff in a similar type of format to this on this here channel, then please do let me know in the comments. And definitely check out the Three Chord Dave channel. He's got some great stuff going on over there. Guitar news, reviews and leaks. You gotta love them tasty leaks. Dave has sources, people. One of the best ways to catch Three Chord Dave is on his weekly live stream. Three Chord Dave live every Saturday at 10 PM UK/Irish Scottish time. That time. You'll have fun. There's a great community over there. I go over myself when I'm not playing a gig and get involved in the chats and the comments and stuff. Good fun. And Dave reads pretty much every comment, so you're valued over there. And here. Speaking of live streams, I've been testing out the old live stream format since maybe December, and now I think I found a more permanent home for them. Weekly live streams now every Thursday, 7:30 PM UK, Scottish, Irish, English time, Welsh time, Lammy. The times. 7:30 PM on a Thursday. The plan for these live streams is to be centred around topics that I'm going to post about earlier in the week using the community posts, and there'll be polls so you can vote for whatever it happens to be, and the live stream will be addressing your comments and votes, and of course just talking in the chat in the live stream. So if you want to be a bit more interactive with the live streams on Thursdays at 7:30 PM, that's me plugging it again by the way, then yeah, why not subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications and things like that, and then we'll all get involved. That's the plan. Okay, that's it. Thanks again to Three Chord Dave for having me, and thanks to you for watching. Until next time, see you later.